I was as guilty can be. I read the reports and they said it was safe and blah, blah, blah. Most of the reports you read are guys spraying each other with Roundup, you know. Wait, let's be serious. Environmental health, like us eating, the tip-off is occupational. So if you say, does this product you're going to eat, you're going to use it in your field, is it going to make us sick? Why don't we go to the guys who make the product? Because they have some accident. So we know. So we went to the occupational guys who do Roundup. I gotta look, okay. So, Roundup. Now, do we know what Roundup is? Okay, that's a chemical that will arrest hormonally any plant, kill almost all your plants. But you can modify a plant to make it resistant. So you put the Roundup ready gene into your corn. Then when all the corn's growing with all the weeds, spray the whole thing with Roundup, you kill all the weeds and your corn is surviving. So, the massive use of Roundup is a byproduct of genetic modification. Okay. So, it's not the GM itself, it's the Roundup. Anyway, people are asking to look at it one more time. And if you go, there's a link. It's called Earth Open Source. These are Europeans. And I thought, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. These guys are smart, okay? They're very well qualified, they're very prominent. And when they speak, I will listen. The other time I listen when people spoke is from the National Academy of Science. They're very smart, they don't need data, so they can give an opinion, except they have a conflict of interest, financial conflict of interest. These guys, European open source are European. They don't have so much conflict of interest. They are not Monsanto. And they speak. And they don't give their opinion. They give the data. Apparently they mine the data and their opinion is that Roundup needs a moratorium till we check out for sure all the perinatal effects. Perinatal is like stillbirth defects and all that. And they have the data. Now, first of all, you're wrong. You're going to say Roundup is shown to be harmful. Roundup has been shown. We haven't shown the safety in Roundup. We haven't shown harm, but we haven't shown safety. And they're asking for another evaluation. Plus, the animal reports are so damning, you gotta be an idiot not to carry it over to humans. Usually we do animals, and based on what we see in the animals, kind of leads us to what we look at in humans. Then my job was humans, then we market it, label it, and do the post-marketing studies. Roundup never had a whole lot of human studies, but they told us it was okay in animals. Animals are not humans. Some things are very lethal in animals and safe in humans, and vice versa. Some things are very deadly in animals, very safe, whatever. Animals are not humans. You read the animal reports. These guys have it, they cite it, and it's very, very disturbing. Monsanto did a rebuttal from Monsanto. They said, oh, you just pick and choose. You chose the ones that look embarrassing. And they said, well, we chose your reports. Your own reports are worrisome. Now, I'm used to reading Monsanto reports with GM stuff. I'm not surprised the arguments that they give. The numbers are small, and then when the animals die, the babies, perinatal, when the mother died first, these are not high doses. They claim that, oh, I guess the baby's okay, it's because the mother died first. No scientist does that. You remove that subject, but the mother died, you didn't get to see the babies, and now your number, if you tested it, is even smaller. So, based on this, they asked for the European Commission to review it again. And apparently the Germans were the first one to say it's okay. And now the Germans are on the spot to say, how dare you say this is okay? Why did you say it was okay? It is very, very disturbing. If somebody wants to put a bill or something out, I'd be more than happy to testify something is wrong. and it needs another reload. And you are not to say, I know adults spray themselves and do okay. That doesn't mean it's okay if it is. Okay? In fact, a lot of drugs, yeah, we tested healthy adults, and we dare not give it to pregnant women, let alone newborn babies. Until it reaches marketing. Then we watch, it's very hard. How do you do this stuff? You test it in adults, you feel it's okay, you test it. Is the pregnant woman going to use it? Yeah. Well, shouldn't we test it in pregnant women? Oh. Very interesting question. We do achieve dying of the disease, we will test it. We do post-marketing that if you're pregnant, we haven't tested it. You're only going to take this if it really, really is going to help. And then a lot of stuff we pull because pregnant women did test it post-marketing and we pulled.
Did test Roundup?
No, drugs in general. So, Roundup, sorry, drifting on.
You're talking about toxicity issues around Roundup.
Yeah.
Have to do with direct application to the biological entity that we're concerned with.
Or on the women, we treat that.
Right. Okay. So contained in itself, Roundup in contact with soil breaks down to an inert compound in 48 hours. And as a biological farmer or anybody that's finding some way to suppress weeds or whatever, if you look at the alternatives, the basically effect of Roundup is benign. It's chosen by Ecuador to control invasives in the Galapagos. It's chosen here for invasives. So I want to make clear that just the factual information we're sharing here has to do with how this material is being applied or not applied correctly.
Okay, first of all, the site says that these are not high doses, and they also claim there's a couple countries like Argentina which see fourfold the rate of birth defects. Fourfold is very high. And Monsanto was asked to respond. They do not challenge the data, but what they said is, well, there's compounders. Maybe those Argentinians use other pesticides as well. First of all, in the field of compounding, if Roundup in combination with pesticides cause this, it's still there. Okay. If I release a drug, and Tylenol, they have to put a limit on it because guys are taking stuff that was like Tylenol. So on release, in combination with other stuff, the key one is still responsible. Okay, now, I got to go actually pull the articles themselves. And
We're talking about herbicide, to be clear.
Yeah.
It's not pesticide.
Yeah, but that was another argument by Monsanto. This messing with enzymes of a plant which humans don't have. As a chemist, a lot of stuff is not exactly my enzyme, but it kind of close. And it does certain things. You'd be amazed what stuff you don't quite have that has this effect. It's astounding. In fact, I share a lot of genes with plants.
So do you recommend something?
They want to know, people have talked about food in Hawaii, but they want to know, like you said, what's the alternative? When we go back to the precautionary principle, I want to know the risk and benefit of all the alternatives, including Roundup. So if you say, well, it's a great thing, otherwise we'd have to use something else. So tell me the risk and benefit of everything first. You cannot just tell me the benefit of Roundup. You cannot.
In Europe, I think they've probably taken an attitude of how was this product applied? That would be one of the first questions.
Fine.
And it's through those questions that appropriate technologies have been developed so people can use this stuff responsibly.
Right.
So it's not like I'm a fan of Roundup. I just want to be clear here in terms of hysteria about it, reactionary. From my research, 27, 28 years as a commercial apple producer, and what I had to do and learn to do that stuff, including using, that is probably the least of the things I've been doing. And I've never combined Roundup with anything else. I don't know what that's about. And you're probably right. There's horrible, unforeseen combinations that you could combine.
very,
And there's now Roundup resistant weeds out there. So
Yeah.
people are being forced to use this in combination with other things, and that's not necessarily being tested in combination with other things. And these are weeds like this pigweed that can stop a combine in one season. So if we become reliant on this stuff, whether or not they're, the health issue I'm not discounting, but aside from that, we're leaving ourselves very vulnerable in the not too distant future when this pigweed shows up over here, or whatever it is.
yes, the genetic modification, they show that new genes introduced into organisms which don't belong there, they tend to spread out and move, they're called promiscuous. And so if you put the Roundup Ready gene in corn, how did they get to pigweed? Well, I don't know. There's three mechanisms, right? One is that the corn touches the pigweed and it goes into pigweed. The other is a virus. Turns out there's a lot of viruses that can affect both crops. And it can change material. The third one, I can't remember. But there are three.
There's a pesticide, GMO pesticide in corn.
Yes, BT.
Is it, oh, it's BT, it's not Roundup.
It's not Roundup, it's a built-in pesticide. It makes it so
BT.
the monarch butterfly one.
Right. BT means.
Bacillus thuringiensis Israelis.
Okay.
BTR. Say again? Do what?
That's how they work.
They're seeds. Well, the question was, if they are using Roundup in the seed already. I don't know, maybe, the seed can withstand Roundup, so why would you put it on the seed? It's going to degrade, I don't know. Yes,
Hi, hasn't Monsanto created a aluminum-resistant gene?
I heard that. And that was,
Because from the chemtrails,
yeah, there was
aluminum
one
now.
of the speculations on intention of the chemtrail, but I'm trying not to read intention.
What I suggest, when you're thinking about the projected intention, projecting what are the natural response to the vacuum of information, which is what you can do, make an hypothesis. If this is going on, what would it look like? A, B, C, D. That's what people like to do. They reverse hypothesis. So the A, B, C, D, and say, what problem means again? So I wouldn't be so judgmental about projecting.
Selected.
Well, yeah, when you go before court and they disprove the famous intention, and my background is drugs and Nazis. Sometimes they drugs and Nazis with the best intentions, but they were poor. And that's that. Okay, that's it. One more question.